Congratulations, everybody. That was really wonderful. And I just love all the energy that you have in all of your pieces, and it's a delight to be here. So we're going to be talking about just a few things today that I heard, and we're going to see if we can, this is for you, by the way, see if we can help polish things up just a little bit. And I think I see some familiar faces, so it's great to see you guys again. I can tell you've been hard at work at this. Can you guys take out the country wedding from the mold out, please? That was your first piece. And I wonder if you could start, please, right at letter A. Do you see letter A? All right, let's see if we can do this. With me just a few minutes, okay? There's so many things that you are doing well that I really like. But one thing I thought, and I know you had to sit up here for a few minutes while the audience got in, and that's great practice too, because this is real life, right? You never know how long you're going to have to wait before it's your turn to play. But one thing that I heard, or that I thought was maybe missing, was a little bit of energy and excitement in this. I mean, it was played very well, but it was very safe. You know what I mean by that? Very safe. Nobody wanted to mess up. Nobody wanted to do anything wrong. Maybe the audience will notice that you're playing. We just have to play really perfect. Okay, but what if we played with a little bit more excitement? It's a country wedding. Have you ever been to a country wedding? They get crazy. I'll leave it at that. I won't go any further. Country weddings get crazy because it's a big celebration. Everybody comes together. And it's a chance to see your friends, see all the townspeople. I mean, it's like a big deal. So I want to hear that excitement. And part of what he writes in this music, what Smetana writes in, is all in the dynamics. So do you see how we have a crescendo in measure 7 to the fortissimo there? That's like a little exciting, it's like a moment that happens, and you're like, oh, woo, here we go, party time. All right, let's try letter A again, please. Okay, good. Let's do it one more time, Can we do even more to the fortissimo? Because you have very good sounds. So I want to keep, and it's, I know, we want to keep a very beautiful sound, but we can do a little bit more. Let's try it one more time. A little more fortissimo. When we get there, ready? Sorry, here we go, one more time. Oh my goodness, then what happens there at 9? I see a lot of letters, S, F, Z, and then a P. What on earth does that mean? Please somebody tell me. Yes, what does that mean? The P means piano, right? So it means quiet. What does S, F, Z stand for? Yeah. Yeah, so sforzando. So we have a dee 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 da ba ba da da dee da da. I mean, that's how big it's supposed to be, right? So let's think about what we have to do with our bows to make that happen. And try something. Okay, here we go. Ready? One more time. You know what? You guys are, I mean, I hear you trying, and I appreciate it so much. You're doing like a sforzamezzoando, like a medium sforzando, to a mezzo forte. But I want it to be piano. I want the people in the audience to be sitting forward in their seats and being like, are they still playing? And then we'll know that it's piano enough, okay? Actually, I was thinking about this today. In music, why are there dynamics? And it's kind of like language, right? Would it be so boring if everything I said was always the same volume and pitch? It would have no meaning, you would not know if I was hangry, hangry, hungry, sad, tired, right? We have to have variety in what we're saying, and when we go and listen to a play or listen to actors, we want them to have that, right? So we gotta put that in our music too, and the composer is so good, he puts it right in there. We just have to follow his instructions, okay? Let's try one more time, and what I'm looking for is that sforzando, loud, and then piano, like to the floor. Let's see what we can do. All right, I want you to play the quietest you have ever played in your life, starting on the second eighth note of measure 9. Look at measure 9. Find your second eighth note. Get your fingers and your bow ready. And you're going to play the quietest you have ever played. This is your baby sister is asleep in the next room and you have to practice. That's how quiet it is. I think we're getting somewhere. That was actually, surprisingly, that was now a little too quiet. Perfect. So if that's a 1, and what you were playing was like a 40, now let's come up to like an 8. All right? And that's where that piano should be. Back to A. Back to letter A, please. Thanks, guys. In this piece, that's where I would say you can take it now, because everything else is so good. Now we just have to add those exciting dynamics in, because it's supposed to be a very exciting piece. Did you feel that, how hard you have to work, right? But it's very good. Okay, put that one away. Let's look at the other pieces. So I gotta make sure that I stay on our schedule today. All right, so I want to look at the first movement of the Marcello Suite. Let's go from the beginning. Thank you. So can I just try something from the beginning, please? No first violins. I just want to hear the accompaniment here. Let's just hear the accompaniment from the top. Second violins, violas, cellos, and perfect. All right, go back, go back, go back. Not bad at all, not bad at all. So what I want to see is if we can make it even better. So I'm going to make a suggestion. And this is something that, there are so many levels in music that can become extremely complicated. But so you know that you're in 3/4, correct? You have 3 beats in every bar. But every beat within the bar is not the same. Now it may last the same amount of time, but it doesn't actually have the same amount of emphasis, right? It's kind of back to what I was talking about when I was talking in my robot voice. It's not 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. So 1 gets the most emphasis. 3 actually gets second in line, and then 2 is the least. It's very confusing. This is why music makes us so good at math, because we have to think at all these layers at once. So what I'm hearing right now is with this accompaniment, and it's working, mechanically it works very well. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. But what I want to hear is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So 2 should actually be a little bit less, and I think it might also help. Well, let's try this first, and then I'm going to have one other thing for you to try with this, okay? So do you guys hear what I'm saying? So the 1 is fine. You don't need to play any louder. In fact, you might be able to play a little bit quieter. And then you guys should be playing a little bit less on beat 2, so that it gives us a really nice feel, right? Okay, let's try it. 1, 2, 3. Right, so seconds and violas, look at your bar. Oh, I don't have measure numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Look at measure 8. You have 3/4 in that bar, right? So what if you were thinking of it, and I know I just told you, so it's going to take you a second to really let this sink in, but what if you actually played it 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, instead of just ja, da, 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 da. Bum, 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 beam, bum. Put some shape in there. I have to work on it. Okay, and then, let's do the same thing. So same people, one more time. And now as you're playing, I want you to be thinking about the first violin part. You're playing your part, but I want you to be thinking about what that melody sounds like, because I know that you've heard it many times, and that you can let that play in your head. And we can support this melody with this. Here we go. From the beginning, just those people. First, you're up next, so you be ready to make a beautiful melody in just a minute. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Now it's piano, right? So can you guys make a note there, or at least when you have your pencil, when you're back in your practice room, the downbeat at A is piano. Not the second bar, but the downbeat. Okay? Because what's happening is you're seeing it and playing it after you're playing it. You're seeing it and playing piano this next bar, not where it actually is written. Okay, first, can you make a beautiful melody for us with shape and line? And now that we have this amazing accompaniment with it, let's try it. Yes, I thought that was so much better. How did that feel? Did it feel any different? Felt different to me, and this accompaniment was gorgeous, and I'm out of time. Thank you very much, you guys. Keep up the hard work. It really sounds great. Thank you.